Okay, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jennifer Blackert,
And I'm Leonka Reina.
and this is the Hustle Mystic Morning Show. And today we're talking with Amy Stilarski, and we are going to talk to her about her spirit school. And I'm sure we're going to go miles deep.
We do go miles deep. And
Channeling.
just correct me, I'm saying Sikarsky, right?
Correct.
Sikarsky.
Yes.
Sakarsky.
Yay, I finally got it. Well, my name is Leonka, so I always know there's a little bit of trip up sometimes when people say my name as well. So Amy is an intuitive physical channeler and energy therapist. She works closely with higher dimensional beings, including the client's higher self, angelic realms, spirit guides, and star councils. Amy specializes in mentoring the awakening star seed and is a physical channel for the Council of Light and Archangels in her spirit school courses. Amy shares many experiences and information on the energetic body, light working, and intuitive communication. Amy is licensed vocational nurse, certified teacher, Reiki master, past life hypnotherapist, and channeler. She is a published author and the host of Spirit and Soul Healing Podcast, an online TV show. I've loved watching that too. What a treat you've brought to the earth and to the world. So thank you, Amy.
Oh, thank you. And I'm so excited to be here. Like always, I was tuning in, not on video, but just in energy about 30 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, I can feel
The
the
energy.
energy is high today. Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
And you
Love
said
it.
that you had checked out the live cast from yesterday and you were
Yeah.
like, wow, the energy. So yeah, it was pretty intense yesterday and it definitely is high today. So excited to be here with you. In fact, we were looking at the lineup today and we were like, wow, it's going to be a really cool day. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Well, let's dive right in.
Yeah, let's talk about channeling because I know that that's one of your gifts and it's one of the gifts that you want to bring to other people. Do you want to start a little bit about taking us on the journey of when you started channeling, how to help people channel, and just
Hmm.
go down the road?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you. So we all can channel. And I think just to start out, many of us probably are channeling and we don't even realize it just in life, especially if you're very empathic and sensitive to energies. And so what I do is, like conscious channeling, where I'm aware that I'm channeling in sessions. And then I also do physical vocal channeling where and those beings that I channel, it's the Council of Light. So they'll come in and they'll speak, like my voice changes, and I'm here. I'm just hanging out right here listening to the conversation. But how did I get here, right? So, gosh, in 2001 is, and I heard this, I think, yesterday on the show. I was trained as a Reiki master, and that, was the gateway, right? Like it
Yeah.
Yeah,
opened it
that's a gateway
all up.
drug.
Yeah.
All up. Like I started having visions and visitations, and I was not only seeing beings, but seeing light and feeling energy run through my body, all of this. And so it activated my clairsenses. And I feel like it was like Wizard of Oz, where everything was black and white. And then I walked outside and it was like technicolor. It was like,
Yeah.
whoa, what have I been missing? And so that
Mhm.
opened up the whole experience of non-physical connections and support and beings. And I think I might have shared the last time we had a conversation about my initial journey, but I just said a prayer to the universe one day. I didn't know who was listening, and I was like, I need some help. And I was in high school, and I got in my car, no GPS, like there was no cell phones, and
Yeah.
they took me down a one-way road to a crystal shop, and that's where I learned about Reiki. And
Wow.
yeah, I'd never seen crystals. I didn't know about like how to use
Mhm.
incense, none of it, right?
Yeah.
And so calling from my heart, and it opened up so much. And I was fascinated with the world of health and healing. And in high school, I was in the health club, and I thought, oh, I'll be a nurse when I get older, which it happened. But my love
Mhm.
diverted to energy work. And I share that because when you start with yourself and your self care, your self healing, then your clairsenses activate, of course. And so I was Reiki master and offering sessions for the public. I started that. I think I fully transitioned like 2014. I think it was to out of nursing and into energy work, and then readings came with it. And in that point in time, I was channeling messages with my eyes open. I hear a message, I share it. I was reading oracle cards, channeling energy, Reiki energy, which there's other modalities and frequencies as well. And so then in 2017 or 18, I met my friend. We had been online friends and we met in person. And I was just introduced to physical channeling. And I was like, wow, this is fascinating. I just go how spirit leads me. I never discovered this because I wasn't looking.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then when it found me or I found it, I was like, wait a minute, this is really cool. But, I asked a lot of questions. Prior to that, I had taken a class in channeling your higher self, if you want to call it like your soul energy, your own
Yeah.
light codes. And then I did some mentoring with my friend, and then I took another class, and I was like, I think I can do this. So I got the questions answered that were in my head, like, is this safe? What's the protocol? What are the mechanics? How does it work? And because I had all this time in the space of already being in tune with my clairsenses
Mm-hmm.
and and like being able to telepathically communicate with whoever I was communicating with, then I developed this agreement or contract or relationship. It's more like a friendship with the Council of Light, and it was my team, and they have amplified since then. So it started with my team, my guides, and then I noticed like, okay, now we're going to bring more in, and kind of like, here you go. This is the Council of Light. We love to introduce you to this collective, and I started channeling them, and I feel a benefit to all of it. Like channeling is so amazing because it just deepens your connection to spirit. And we can say channeling, and we can channel our own soul energy. Like I've met my higher self, and she is funny. Like
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
sit and
mine is
laugh.
too.
I'm like, right, right. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah. Like,
it's
oh, you're
just
funny.
it's so
Yeah.
funny. Sometimes I'm like, okay, thank you, because I needed that. Today was a rough one, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So there's so much we can do with channeling to help ourselves, our family, the big decisions in life, and of course, our friends, or if you want to go and offer it as a service, as a
Yeah.
career, that's a possibility as well. So that's just a
Mhm.
little start. I'm like so excited to dive into any and all questions.
Yeah. Well, we want to queue up questions for you because we'd like to demonstrate your work. One of the things that I've learned about channeling is once you start doing it, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. Can you share a little bit about your experience about that?
Yeah, yeah. I'll go back to my first reading because every type of, that's a channel too. I was in the Reiki space with a client in person, and he started asking me questions, and I was like, wait, no, I don't do. I was like, wait a minute, I don't do readings. I haven't taken any classes in this, but I was already in the space. And it
Uh-huh.
was like, I was like, okay, let me try. Why not? So when he would ask a question, I got a vision, and I was like, it just opened it. I was like, wow, I,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know I could do this because I didn't try. Nobody
Yes,
asked
Yes.
me,
yes,
right? I
yes.
wasn't there. So that was like the introduction to it. And that allowed me to trust myself and to trust spirit, and to then take classes in angels and angel readings, relay reading, which is like you get the message and then you put it in your words and you say it, and cards. And that's kind
Mhm.
of where it started. But can you repeat the question again?
No, I feel
Well,
like you
here,
answered it. I was more
you
about
did. You
expansive.
did.
Okay.
Here's another question too. It says, can you share a time when you embodied guidance and transformed your path? In how we can
Mhm.
work with channeling and why, that
Yeah,
kind of
how
with the
it
premise,
changed you.
right? With the premise of like how it
And,
changed you and how
and
you changed your path.
I have a
Yeah.
sense that you just kind of do it all the time, following the rocks, and I know you do that crystal digging,
Oh, I
Yes.
know. I love
right?
crystals.
It just it seems like there's probably a day that even calls you. So I think
Oh,
that would probably be
totally.
included
Yeah.
in this question.
You have to follow her on Instagram. She's got some really cool stories there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
So
the
the
crystal
question was
mines.
more about, can you share a time when you embodied some guidance from, through channeling, and how has it
Yeah.
transformed your path?
There's so many.
I
I'm like
know.
trying to figure what's a good one. Um, I guess I'll share like in business because I feel like my calling or what's been my heart's desire from the beginning turned into business. It
Mm.
wasn't the other way around. And so spirit will say, oh, here's something that people need, or we want to get this message out. And like Jen's saying, like, I'm just here in the house and I get a message, that's
Mm.
how it is now because
Yeah.
I work towards it.
Yeah.
And I like, if something's off in my energy, I have to look at it immediately. It's super uncomfortable. So when you become really clear like that, then you're really clear, receptive
Mhm.
to messages. And so that's really helped me because I get messages like, oh, share this. So at the school, I do a monthly healing meditation, and they usually will give a message like, hey, for the month or in 3 weeks, like focus on this. So I'll share that with the group. But for myself, it'd be like, hey, we have a message, put it on the podcast.
Mm.
Or go check your schedule. We need you to block these days off. Like you have them open, but something in life is going to come. And it always does. And I'm like, okay. So, like, this summer they were like, you need to block 2 week or 2 months off. I was like, really? What? But all this
Yeah.
stuff happened with my family, and I was like, oh,
Wow.
okay,
Wow.
cool. Yeah. So at that point, I just I have a private mentor group, so I left it open for them and students. But sessions, I was like, I can't. Spirit's telling me. So that's the way, like, you get this prompting or this knowing, and you trust it, like breadcrumbs. Take the step, test it out, trust your communication, and just feel like, oh, okay, I'm going to just go with this. So we all can have our own communication style. For me, it's a feeling inside and
Mhm.
then a thought. And then I kind of lean into that thought and I get like a yes, the thought comes through again. Yes, a confirmation. And so if you start with that and don't block it out, then you can see the magic unfold and the aha moments like, oh, this is why. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. So some of the like strongest points in time have been ones where they say, hey, these are messages to be delivered. And then of course the 3 weeks in the future, I'm like, oh my gosh, we needed that. Like this is a theme. And yes, really sit with it. So that has helped. Personal scheduling's helped.
I
When
was
we
gonna ask
moved,
that.
yeah, that helped.
Oh.
All of it. So I'll just say like a fun exercise if you guys
Mm.
have something coming up but you don't know what it is. So like we want to take a trip, or we were going to move but we didn't know when would be the weekend to go look for the house. So I just look at the calendar, I breathe, connect, with my heart, ask spirit to be around. And when I say spirit, this could be your soul, it could be God, it could be your guides, angels, whomever you choose to invite in. And and then you just kind of feel, and you'll get a knowing. Like sometimes I'll see the numbers, or I'll look down and they'll be like, nope, not that week. Swipe to the next week,
Wow.
or pan out and look at the whole
Hmm.
year. But
Right.
your energy, like your awareness will kind of go to kind of like zoom in and focus. This for me, like
Hmm.
focuses, and I'm like, oh, that's the space and time. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna block that, or we're gonna take the trip that day. And so it's always helped because I mean, things are amazing. You can go through life and have synchronicity and random happenstances and connect in with people when maybe you weren't expecting it. But it's always like kind of this next level up of excitement when you're like, oh, there was a reason I was supposed to be here this day.
Hmm.
Nice.
I got this date like, 6 weeks ago. And look, I
Yeah.
just met this person, or I found a product, or I, was introduced to like some kind of information. So it's so powerful to utilize in your connection in your own personal life. And that's
Wow.
and that's where I would like strongly suggest people start if you're wanting to channel for others. Absolutely. But it all, starts from
Yeah.
within first.
Yeah, it was funny. I put on this necklace today and I was just called first for a bigger piece. And I looked at some of my bigger pieces and then this one was like right like here, I am here, and it's this Jerusalem cross that I got from my mom. And
It's pretty.
it was just it's so funny. Now I live my life, not, I don't have to go out of my way to tune in, but it's almost like I need a bigger piece with this black shirt. And then which one is yelling at me? It's like, do
Yes.
you put lemon or lime in your drink? And it's like almost like, okay, then today's the lime, right?
Mhm.
It's like, how do I decide? And you don't need to decide, it's already decided for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
What
All
are
right.
what are some of the simplest ways a beginner can open up to their guides or to receiving?
Breathe, like you have to breathe.
Mhm.
Because if your body is tight, then everything's closed off, like physically and energetically. And like I just had my legs crossed, so I just uncrossed them. Uncross your arm and legs, like you want to
Mhm.
have an open energy field. You want to let your chakras feel like, oh, they can breathe.
Oh,
So you
interesting.
want to, yeah, you want to breathe and relax, because that opens a space where energy can flow and move through.
Mhm.
And then just do a nice cleansing. Like there's so many cleansing exercises, but do what works for you. If it's a meditation, if it's a mantra, if it's listening to music, or some of us, I know, like if I put incense on it, it automatically relaxes when I light it, and I just feel so amazing. And then the next step is be receptive, but also kind of start the conversation, ask the questions, let them know. You need to have an intention, let that intention be known that, hey, I want to connect. And if it is a question, these are kind of like the themes or the questions, what's put on my heart and mind, and then relax and see what comes in, and don't force it. Because I've had times where I sat in meditation and I wanted a question answered and nothing came through.
Mhm.
And this was kind of at the beginning when I was, working on the skill. And I learned over time that that's okay, because it came through like that night or the next
Yeah.
day. Yeah. So there's reasons. Maybe it's not the right timing. Also, maybe the answer isn't firm. Like maybe there's not a known answer yet, and it's dependent on somebody else's decision. And our teams can give us what we call like the highest timeline, the most optimal outcome, what looks the strongest.
Yeah.
But people are people. We can change like that. Like somebody
Yes.
can make a
And we have free
decision,
will.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the free will comes in. So sometimes if you don't get the answer right, then don't be upset. You know that you put the question out, it'll come through. And some of us, our teams, especially at the beginning, love to talk through signs and symbols.
Mm.
So flowers and pennies
Yeah.
and feathers, and then like even
Even
writing
white
down
feathers.
billboard. Yeah, feathers. I'm a big fan of
Me
feathers.
too.
Yeah.
I love feathers. And so I'm like, oh, okay, they wanted to just share it in more of a
Mhm.
physical way. And when you're first
Yeah.
starting out, they might give you something physical so you can say, oh, I didn't make this up.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right. I want to take a few callers if we're good with that. All right. Let's start with Dana because she's one of our inner circle Mystique members. Dana, you're up.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Hi.
It's been a minute since I last connected with you and had a couple of readings over a year ago. So I'm in a much different place these days. And like lots and lots of releases. I've met my shadow, my inner child, my higher self since I've last connected with you and had a reading from you. And I'm channeling now for this past year. And mostly dragons have been coming through, but blue avians are my dialect, and they just started coming through more often lately. And I'm just wondering if you can um, just expand on my channel for me.
Oh, fun. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with like information on both, but personally with dragons. So that's exciting. I'm so excited for you. Let me tune in. So you know who stepped forward is the Council of Light. So they're going to be kind of like
I
my
love them.
gatekeepers. Yeah, giving the info, right? Yeah, so exciting. Let me see. Come and do like a relay channel. So what they're telling me. Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. I see like the fire has just opened up in your solar plexus, and that's given you a lot of strength. And they talk about free will, and it's like, I know I want to do this. I'm getting calling in my heart. My mind is saying yes. And now you have that fire to step through and let the messages be delivered. They're saying to show up for yourself, to show up for others. And it's speaking your truth. You have a few past lives where well, it was kind of vicious, but you were
It
beheaded in
was.
one, like
I'm
your
aware
throat.
of it.
Hmm.
Yep. It was.
And so that is healing. And what they show me is like it's like sewing up the energy, and it would just be like a scar. Then like over time, the scar, disappears. And so the more that you step into your power, and you go the next step when you have the fear or the little bubbles inside, like our heart flitters and our tummy gets the butterflies, you just take that next little step forward, that's going to help you to heal that. And also, at a soul level, one of your highest desires, and also a calling that you kind of said for yourself. It's like a calling that you put yourself into, is to be able to show up and speak truth and bring light to dark situations. And that can be sticky. Like, we're living in this world right now and there's a lot going on.
Well, that's
There's
the
a lot.
lifetime that I was beheaded for speaking my truth. So that's the one that has been healing.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. And so it's those things that would be uncomfortable that maybe goes against the grain. And they're just the council saying the right time and right place is what's going to be like your safety space and the boundaries, you know? So if the topic is already in conversation, then you vocalize. And that's like the right time, the right place. And it's going to help you. It'll really help you heal that. But also, your soul is like, yeah, I have so much to share. I feel like you just say, I have so much to share. And when it was cut short on the last time that they were talking about, it was like, what? Your soul is like, what? Are you kidding? You know, I just sometimes think like this is kind of out there, but life like a game. Here I am playing Super Mario Brothers and game over. And I'm like, wait, what a minute?
Yeah.
No. And the soul wants to come back in, and you're like, I have so much to share, and we're going to do it this time. So they say, just you're on your path. I see the fire. Now it's letting it come up through the heart. And everybody like take note because you understand this, but it's like you don't have to be aggressive and we don't have to like try and get our point across. We can very calmly say what we want to say physically, but the energy is going to speak for itself.
That's
So
where I'm at now. Yes.
yeah, yeah, they're just applauding you. Congratulations, they're saying. Like
Yeah.
it's such a party. But not only like it's a big part because you are taking a direct approach, just saying a personal effort. You're really leading this for yourself, like you're healing, and you're not falling into like the victim mode of oh no, oh whoa, you know me. You're standing up and walking forward in this, and they show like a torch of light, and they're telling me you're here for it. So yeah,
Yeah. Thank you. I
congrats.
just started doing some lives for light language too and readings. So that's what I've been doing lately. Like, it's just starting to do the lives and be used to being out there.
Oh my gosh, my tummy, amazing. Like I just felt the butterflies because I remember when I first started doing lives, I would just sit in front of the camera and be like, three, two, one, okay, just push the button. And once I push it, here we go, you know. So that is next level. I'm so excited for you. There's so much that you're sharing with the world, and it's a lot that you have to do to build yourself up to that and the healing. So yeah, they're just clapping. It's such a party over
Thank
here.
you. Yeah, I just did my first group transmission with my mentor like last month.
Amazing. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing with the world and your question here, your experience.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Wow.
it.
That's super exciting,
I
Dana.
know.
Yay.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right, Lana, you're up. Or Lana.
Yeah, hi everyone. I would like to ask same question as Dana asked. I began to communicate with my spirit and with my dragon, beautiful dragon, and my soul family angel. But I would like to begin to communicate with my Pleiadians family. And also, I would like to ask a question. Sometimes it was a couple of weeks ago. I was contacted by it was different civilizations, so time by time. But sometimes it's um, last time, especially, it was very strange messages, and I would like to ask Council of Light if it was. Sometimes I wonder if it was like it's nothing wrong, bad or good. So everything can exist, but it can be some civilization which is more. I don't know. Don't wish me maybe good that I rise myself, and that's why it can be such strange messages.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like red. When it was these two strange messages, they said once they said that they are Turians, other times they said that they are from Sirius, but it was once it was like I with closed eyes I saw red color, very red,
Mm-hmm.
and it was they said mm, like message that I have to contact one person, but this person can communicate with Council of Light.
Mm-hmm.
And it was for me like, why you didn't communicate with this person direct? And
Well, Lana, can you just ask a simple question around the story
Oh,
so that,
I've got to answer.
okay, great.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I'm following. So I was getting the messages, and then as you continued, it confirmed. So, okay. Okay. So you are, it's the energy that wanted to connect or wants to work with you is Palladian. And your energy is so soft and so beautiful. I just see a lot of pink. And the vision was like laying on the earth in a field of pink flowers and connecting at the heart and connecting with Mother Earth as your foundational space. And then when you're protected in that foundational space with the earth energy surrounding you, all love, all abundance, like it's just flowers. It's the essence of floral energy. I just feel that. Then it was like you lift up and there's a straight connection to the Palladians. And you just go and you're going to be there. Now, what happened is there was interference. You were not connected to who you would want to be connected to. Absolutely not. They called it an interference. And what I'm seeing is like static on the airwaves, or let's say you're tuned in on a radio, and then all of a sudden, like you're picking up another channel and you're picking up these channels. And those messages that you got, the way that you heard it would be how I would also hear it, but the beings were not who they said they were, and you were in a different frequency. So they want you to be like in that pink loving energy and then go straight up to the Pleiades. What happened is it was like a dimension above it, and I'm seeing we could understand it like walkie talkies or people putting things out on an airway. And the person, well, not a person, the entity that was controlling that communication is just sending a signal out, whoever can hear it. And they were like the nature of the message and then how it became aggressive and like, why didn't you do this? Those are signs of not a guide. That's nobody you need to talk to or deal with. Like, that's not for you. Don't even. So,
But it was, sorry that I'm interrupting you. It was not like aggressive. It was just, we want to heal you, because before that I make protection. And I said that nothing just without my agreement can come through this protection. And they said, oh, we can heal you. And I said, yes, okay. I gave my agreement. So they said that just you can allow it. And I allowed this. But it was something wrong. And the other one, next, it was message even more strange. It was about, I don't know if I can share this, that you have your freedom, but you have to decide until 2027 and connect us, and we can take you to a secret city on the planet. And I said, so it was very
I'm just
strange.
gonna stop, right? Sorry, like it's not a good being. I can feel it in my body. My
Yeah.
body is screaming. All my chakras are shut, like because I refuse to connect into that energy. There is something off. And so in this space, you need to understand like how your body responds, spiritual discernment, and you can get a message and it could sound so eloquent. It's like the most perfect words to say, but the energy behind it's wrong, and this energy is wrong. So they're saying connect with earth first, and maybe like work with a mentor or somebody to help you fortify your not just your field, but like your connection. Because if you hear something and then you start engaging, you've given permission for that conversation, and then it can
That's
manipulate
why
you.
I worry a bit that I can, because I thought before that because I activated light body Merkaba, so I thought that nothing can, any entities can contact me, and nothing can hurt me. But they contact me without.
So
It's not like I
Right.
I think
contact
that
them.
this
They
is,
try.
the last thing I'll just share is the
Yeah.
light body wasn't fully activated. I can see what you were
No.
sharing. You didn't go up to the Pleiades. You stayed in a different dimension.
Mm.
And that's where the
I will
connection was.
go to course and continue to activate. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. But good question.
yeah,
Spiritual
I love
discernment's
that
really
question.
important.
Yeah,
So
thank you
excited.
very much.
I'm really glad
Thank
you
you.
asked that question because as soon as you were like, no, you were like shaking your head, and I had already gotten like, okay, that's why she's asking this question so that the audience can really get
Yeah.
that when we do go and channel, we need to channel for the highest light. And that's, why don't you talk a little bit about the energy
Yeah.
around that? Because it's more than just like one question and one request.
And it's possibly why you do teach on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably one of
Yes.
the biggest reasons, because when I started doing any woo-wee work at all, that's how it all started for me, was I was being like woken up by just like any Joe Schmo, right? Any type of energy that wanted my attention, I was just woken up. So I feel like this is a really, really important learning part for anybody that is opening themselves up to channeling.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much to share. Like I'm getting all these messages. I just want to like, where do I start? It's going to be all out of order. But number one, you want a gatekeeper. And to get a gatekeeper, like how do you even do that if you are new and you don't know who you're communicating with? So a mentor is really important. And I got a gatekeeper and it was through a mentor holding space and he could clairvoyantly see and so it helps to work with somebody who has the experience and the skill set to communicate with the different clairsenses because my whole body was like nope, like I can still feel it. It might take you guys if anybody tuned in, it might take a minute for your body to relax, but it's like red alert, like red flags, like sirens, like no, no, no. So you want to listen to your body. And when I teach the class, we also have like a checklist. What are the encounters like of a true being that's there for your highest good, or others that are trying to divert you or play games or just put out like this call in this net and see who they can catch, right? So there's a lot to it. And so the thing they're telling me right now, like you have to start at the basics of understanding your own energy, what is yours and what is not. And the way that we do that is to heal the light body, to heal the emotions, to even physically, we want to be of good health so we can clearly understand what's happening. And then we work with an archangel. That was my process, and it's been amazing. So then I can feel the light around and the protection. And there's one thing that I want to share that's probably not a popular statement or approach, but there's a lot of misinformation in my experience that says, well, I said this, so then it has to be. Like I said, I'm going to be protected, so I'm going to be protected. But that's not really how it is, because if an energy comes around and you even kind of like lean in and listen and then take that conversation, you just opened a door. So your actions are important. It's like saying, oh, I don't want to get dirty, but I'm going to jump in this puddle of mud. It's like, well, hello, like you didn't take the proper protocol. And so sometimes we don't know the protocol. But the other thing they're showing with me is a healed aura is so important. Like a lot of times we talk about chakras and the body. The aura is so important. And we can have wounds in the aura from this life or other lifetimes. And if there's a little opening or a rip, it's like this energy can leak in. And so then it's like, oh no, I'm seeing this, I'm hearing it, it's here. Okay, but where did it come from? And is it really something that's even like for you? Are you tuning into somebody else's information and like an experience they had in a life, or is it a spirit around? So the light body is important. I'm so grateful that you talked about the Merkaba, because I don't have it on me, but my book, Activating the Starseed, talks a little about that and activating the light body. And when you said that, they showed me there was a part it wasn't activated. It was like taking flight, like trying to leave. like a ship going, but it hadn't fully left. And then in that space, you're hearing all this chatter. So, so I would just share like what feels right in your heart and mind and like your body, what makes practical sense. All the information that we channel needs to make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, there's like, in some ways it might not, in that, oh, you're learning about it, right? Like, oh, okay, but tell me more. And then you get more information and there's ways to implement it, but it shouldn't come in riddles or make us feel confused. And so trusting your body, listening to the messages, and then also there's messages and beings and like people maybe will get a reading and 90% of it's amazing and true and accurate and of the light. And then there's like that 10% that they throw in there. So those messages could be enticing because they might say the right thing. Like, oh, you have free will, but only up until this time. And then you have to do this and this. So if it creates fear or there's a caveat or like a hook to it, that's not your guide. That's not
Yes.
your light. It's not your soul. Like, no. So I'm so glad that we had this conversation and I could
Yes.
help just share that for you, Lena and Erlana, and for the group. So
Thank you.
hopefully that gives us
Yeah.
all something
It
to
does.
consider.
But the one that is you can ask them who they are too, and they will come close, and if it feels like wrong, sometimes they can
Yeah.
be tricksters. It doesn't happen very often. But you can say, well, who are you? What's your purpose here? And then see if what comes back really rings as true.
Listen to your body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really listen your body.
Yeah, it's and my biggest clues are always if they are instilling fear, if they're giving you messages that sound hopeless, or they have that hook. Oh, but you can do this until you do a spell. What?
And if
You
they
know,
go tell you to eat candy,
like what?
yes.
You can be like, this doesn't feel right. That's
eating
creepy.
demons.
You can tell.
You
Yeah.
can tell. That's
Yeah.
why I start with like creating a sacred space, having your energy check in every morning. I like to work with Archangel Michael is the first one I worked with because he's a guardian, but not that, hey, I'm gonna work with you and we're gonna dive right into trying to make connections with beings. More, it was like, let me feel your light, clear my room, let me feel the difference, let me get to know the energy. And then the other angels would come in. So having a clean space around you and a strong force field, that's part of the Merkaba. Like you have to activate the force field to lift. So if the energy in the room is already in that frequency because you've made a connection and you've developed a relationship, and then like when I go to channel, I do that because I do it every day, but the energy's built up in this space. So that's just piggybacking on what you're saying, like the energy in the space being really high frequency, and before you start trying to make a connection and have a conversation, look to that first. Like, what is the space like? And if it means I need to physically clear clutter out and clean my windows,
Yeah.
dust the cobwebs,
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
start there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you said that too. One of the comments from the chat that I thought was interesting, Tiffany says, thank you for that. I had to cut ties to a teacher who told me I won't evolve if I stay on meds. And so that instilling fear. Now, that wasn't necessarily an entity, but it was kind of one of those, the message probably didn't feel right within her, and didn't feel like it was meant as her truth, probably. Any
Yeah.
comments on that?
True for her.
Yeah,
It
true
could
for
be
her.
true for other people.
Correct, right?
Well, I'm hearing from my team, and like my same message would be the same. Yeah, trusting your gut and your
Yeah.
heart and your
Yeah.
instinct. And that's kind of a blanket statement. Now, I don't know the intricacies, how long they were
Sure.
working together, if they
Sure.
channeled it in, but if I was in that position, I would be like, why? Like, tell me the reasons behind what you're saying this. Like, give me the mechanics I need to understand. And maybe there was like a miscommunication in the delivery of the message, which could have got deeper with it. Or if it was the other way, in which it's just a blanket statement, this is like how it is for everybody. I have a hard time with that because we
I do
are
too.
all individuals. Like
Yes.
there's not
Yes.
I have a hard
Yeah.
time with that.
I do too.
Trusting that, no, that doesn't feel accurate, and cutting ties, that's good in the fact that even maybe later it makes sense to you, but there's always little nuances in our experience. And I felt like when you cut ties, you were stepping up and like speaking for yourself, which is important. And it might have been healing something also within your system that goes like at a soul level. So but that feels good. I still feel like as I tune in, I still feel like there's thoughts that are like confusing, like not mine, but your thought, like her thoughts, like maybe some confusion around it and wondering if it's really true. And that can just be the energy subconscious, or it looks like cotton in the aura. So I would encourage you to do like a sound bath, breath work, something to clear the energy out of the aura. And it
Yes.
needs to be something that's got a physical component. So sound or breath work, like something to vibrate it out. Yeah, not like
Oh,
not just
Wow.
a shower of light visualization. It needs to have some
Mhm.
oomph, like some energy
Mhm.
behind it, and clear that out, and then just know, okay, that didn't feel good. That wasn't my energy. That wasn't my thought, and it was clouding the aura. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, I feel that I would like to learn to be sound healer. I don't know why, but it's
Mm.
like strong wish to sing and to play.
Yeah.
So,
Anybody that's interested in sound, go for it. The archangel Sandalphon who works with it, but the other angels will come in, and the frequency, like each sound is a color, it's a dimension, it's a frequency. And when you have a pure sound and a tone, dissonant energy can't be in that space. It's one of the simplest ways to clear energy if you have a sound instrument. Now, we're not going to get into it, but you all know like how like music has been changed over time and it creates that dissonant
yeah,
energy on
yeah,
purpose.
yeah.
So pure tones like your own voice or instrument, that will flow, like it'll get you into that space, and then messages and the clarity of the energy comes through so much cleaner. So yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. So
Go.
it was so big help because, of course, if someone doesn't know if it's true or not, and then give agreement, you can take me, and what happened? So it will be end of like they can do what they want with body, with soul, with
I think
yes,
that's a
it
deeper
can be hard.
conversation.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome.
All
I didn't hear
right,
what you said.
Cheryl, you're up.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much for taking me. And you're just talking about so many great things, and actually things that I've been thinking about for a while. But I was just wondering, Amy, maybe you can help me and actually talk a little bit more about how we go about healing our light body, other than if there's anything else of what anything else that you've would recommend rather than anything that you've said so far. And then if you could just see if there's any rips or tears in my aura or energy field, because I just feel like I'm just picking up too much information from everybody else, and then it just gets confusing as to what's actually mine and what's somebody else's. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't, if you could
Yeah.
talk about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm getting the message. I'm just closing my eyes for a minute because the energy is really strong over here. I think they're working on healing your aura right now. They're starting. Where to start? Okay, yes, for you, they want you to use essential oils on the body. So the physical body, the
Okay.
physical body is mirrored in the energy field. Like it's this, it's like a mirror. Like the layer of everything in the body is also seen in the energy. And so when you do that, it's going to give you some really beautiful healing experiences.
Anything in particular? Is there a particular essential oil or
Well, they just rose would be good for sure, and
rose?
lavender. But they say, start with one oil and use a carrier oil and just like oil your body every day. Just start with that. And then what I saw in the aura out in somewhat not on the edge of the aura, but close to, is like little scratches, that, and then you started saying there was so much energy that you were having to navigate around, and I think that's what it had created. So they're just saying, look, right now, like give yourself 3 weeks turn off the radio, turn off the TV, pop off a social, like just go quiet and step out of those conversations that would overstimulate and overwhelm you so it can heal. And then use your discernment. If something is too much for you, just step aside, just like step aside from it. And just turn it off. So you do need to heal the energy field. And it's because of too much energy literally like grating on you. It kind of looks like if somebody took like their nails and just, or like if you slid across gravel, it's just like surface level little scratches all along the aura. And that's what you'll be healing. So there's a lot of dimensions and aspects to the aura. And then, of course, we have the chakras and meridians and everything in energy. There's a whole energetic anatomy. And when we start to want to work psychically or in those spiritual spaces, it's important that it is healed. So for you, they're saying, and they're just saying juices, like real juice, not sugar, like nothing like that.
Right.
Concentrated small, like a little small glass every day or every other day will help nourish you. And you can be creative with it, whatever your body's craving that day. But they are saying that as well. And there was something else I want to talk about with the energy field. Oh, just, healing gets very, very important. So I lost the thought. That's what happens as a channel, like all this stuff's coming in, but maybe it'll come through in a minute.
That's okay, because I just feel like about this time last year, I had been working on myself like so much, just trying to open everything. And then actually what came through was just like screaming. And I think it scared me so much that I just really like shut myself down like after that. And I feel like my nervous system is just still like just overly reacting to everything. So I don't know how to heal that.
Well, I like to make a suggestion to have a Akashic healer work with you, Akashic record healer work with you, because when you said screaming, I mean, it is what it is, like not to scare or anything. It's not really scary, but it could be alarming in that moment. I'm feeling the energy of another life of yours that you opened and went into, one where you haven't received healing, that you were like in a space of calling for help. And that's what I got for you, if that helps you. I'd work with an Akashic or past life healer to help heal this lifetime that I saw.
Right, because this is actually a pattern, is that I keep going and asking for help, and then it just turns into nothing, or it doesn't come. So that makes a lot of sense to me, and I am definitely gonna get right on that, and I appreciate you greatly. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Cheryl. And by the way, Amy described exactly what Leonka does. She does past life regression and she does the Akashic record. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, let me know if you want to.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow on the call Wednesday. All right, Amy, let's share how they can work with you to learn more about channeling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we have a special too.
Yeah, we're going to open it up right now. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm excited. So I do teach a full in-depth channeling class at Spirit School called Learn to Channel. What we're offering is something really nice. It's like an intro into that. So there's a mini master class on channeling. I'm teaching like the basics 101, and there's a workbook and some PDF handouts. So if you scroll down, I think it's this one, The Art of Channeling. And so what my special is it's a package with 3 workshops. So this is the master class, Art of Channeling, the foundations. And then the next one is really fun. I love this one. This is a channeling. Well, it's a meditation to prepare you to channel. And then also it's a Q&A. So I wrote this book, The Ultimate Guide to Channeling. And back when I wrote it, I held like a bonus call for those who pre-ordered. And it's all the questions. Like we really got into some great conversations.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So it's information and an experience. And then the next one included is I believe it's the relay. This is the relay channeling. This is my friend who teaches the class with me, the big program. But this is an intro into channeling, and we do demonstrations and we talk about relay channeling. It's a recording also of a live call. So there's a lot of like community questions. And I I love learning from other people's questions. So these are like really well-rounded, amazing experiences to help you, to give you some guidance, and not only the information and the checklist and the books, the book information, but the experience to start to feel what it can feel like, and what does it feel like to be in a quiet, safe, calm space, because that's where we want to start. So yeah, this is a great way if you're interested and you just like kind of want to take a little step forward. There's no pressure, it's self-paced. And yeah, so you can get that here on the How Hustle Live.
Yeah, it's on the live page, howhustle.com/live under Amy's picture. If you click the little link to the special offer.
It's a yellow button.
Mhm.
But and for those who are listening and on the replay, you can also visit howhustle.com/Amy. And but we really encourage you to go to the live page. So that's howhustle.com/live. So you can see the actual replays and all of the different places and things that you can see for the dashboard. Amy's special offer here. I channel, and I too am like, wow, this is something that I would love to learn more about. I like the questions, and she's right. I learned so much from people's questions, just like we've had here today. But these are specifically about how to channel, how to feel comfortable, the different things that she talked about, but much more in depth, so that way we don't get distracted by tricksters or by other entities or someone that's trying to give you information that is really not for you. So it just helps to discern, which is so important, and to really open up and to trust what you're receiving.
And clear out some of the limitations and points of view to why you aren't channeling or can't channel, whatever it is. I'm sure is in there too.
I mean, 3 master classes for that pricing, and it's definitely valued much more. But she's sweet to let us offer that to you today. So if you feel called, please do check out that special offer.
We had a previous offer from Amy's about chakras, and each one we were just like, oh, a chakra, it's an energy, it's a meditation for each one or something. No, like each one went down into depth. We would be like opening these boxes, and we're like, oh, Amy has a very, very deep quartz here. I get that you don't, Miriam said, manifesting generators, we like to skip steps. Well, I get that. I don't know if you're a manifesting generator or not, but you don't skip steps.
You don't want to. No, not in this. I
have a lot of questions when it comes to channeling and chakras, like all of the stuff that I do. I ask a lot of questions because I want the safety, right?
Yes.
And I pass all what I've learned along. The safety and also like the refinement. Am I doing this like the best level? But Jenith, you reminded me what I wanted to share. What came back was like this whole concept. If you broke your leg, you have a broken leg, you have a leg, but you have a broken leg. And somebody's like, well, go run a marathon. You're like, wait a minute, right? So if something's off in the anatomy of the chakras and the aura, like you have a rip, a hole, a chakra's out of balance, go channel. Okay. But it's like it's not in sync. It's not flowing. There could be a reason also. So that's why I say start with your energetic health first. Like it all starts here first. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Well, time has flown. Let's see. Just a couple, any parting words for us today?
I did have another resource if anybody is interested in channeling specific. My podcast, I talk about it, but all of season 1 on the Spirit and Soul Healing Show is dedicated to channeling.
Nice.
Season 2 is going to be out in probably a month, and it's going to be energy healing. So like there's resources. And then when you're ready, and like this offer is amazing. Like if it was me, I would take the offer.
Me too.
Because we go through so much. But there's a lot of support out here. And I would say find a mentor and people that you really connect with, when you're doing anything, so especially channeling, somebody who's experienced and knows how to discern and work with energy. And I'm one, obviously, but there's so many others. So you go who you feel comfortable with. And so the final message that they want to really bring home is like, there's kind of like a gut check. So first check your gut. How does this message sound? You know, whatever the question is. If you're getting an intuitive message, how does it feel? If somebody's offering you a service, how does that feel? And then analyze that. Because sometimes I know I'm like, oh, but it's butterflies. Why are there butterflies? Oh, because I'm supposed to do it and it's going to push me out of my comfort zone, right? Like that's a different energy than a hard no. And then they say, and then let it come to your heart. What is your heart saying? Okay, so feel it at the heart. Is it time? Is this for me? Is it like, so for me, it was like, I don't know where this is going to lead, but something's calling me. And I would take that step, whatever it might be, like when we can't see the end or around the corner. And then the next is the mind. Does it make sense? Does it analytically make sense? Do you have any questions? Get your questions answered, you know, before you take a step forward. But so that's what the program does. I think it's going to answer a lot of questions. And if you're feeling called to it, yeah, it's a great special. So thank you for letting me come on and join. It was such a gift to connect again today.
Yay.
Oh my gosh, Amy, you're so amazing.
A couple of comments. It says Amy has a great teaching style. She said that she took the chakra course and it was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amy. Such a great info. Love today's call. Thank you so much. Exclamation points. Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of beautiful love here.
Aw,
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. Somebody even said, wow, thank you. It stuck me for many years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That was a
lots of
great
hearts.
call. I think it's so interesting how when people raise up their hands, it's all about, okay, your hand is raised. Like, who do I call next? And I feel like I'm even guided who goes next.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, of course, the mystique comes first.
Because it's part of their
membership.
It is.
You know, but even with that, I think that there's within the group, there's a guidance, but I really felt like some of the brave souls that came forward to ask a question really has moved the conversation forward.
Absolutely.
I love that when that happens.
Yes. And not that we would ever try to cut anyone off from from finishing their question. Most of the time, the guides had already, just like in Amy's case with Lana, had already started speaking to Amy to relay information. And sometimes we can get stuck more in our story than actually with our question. So we try to be very succinct, and it's taken learning. It's taken me a long time to learn how to try to really get into the crux of my question. And good thing that Lana did ask the more detailed question, because I know that it was it was beneficial for the whole group. I mean, there were
agreed.
Yeah, it was divinely guided, y'all, like most things on this show. Exciting.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So we've got about 10 or 10-ish minutes between sessions. So if you need a little break to go get a snack, to go take a very cold drink water, please drink water. You're taking a break.
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead and cover. I'm going next though.
Okay. We're done at that. I'll be fast.
Just a reminder, you guys, we have a live event coming up November 7th through 9th in Austin, Texas. If you're interested in it, you can email us at team@houthustle.com. There's event details on the event page at houthustle.com/live. And there's a little link under Lianca's and I picture on that live page. We will also, just a few things to look forward to in this event and in this conversation. This Friday, we are having Adam Apollo, who has been one of the teachers that I've really gained some knowledge and information from. So please make sure you mark your calendar for that. And tomorrow, Lianca and I are going to do a conversation where you get to learn a little bit about us. as I mentioned in Amy's call, Lianka does some past life regression work. And she also does the reading of the Akashic records to help you unearth what's going on inside of your deep mind and energy. I don't even have anyone to laugh with anymore. We will also be talking about our inner circle tomorrow. Some of the work that I've done, I do hands-on body work. You can see all of that also on the live page at houthustle.com/event. And Lianka is back, so I will hand over the mic system here. I hope you guys are having fun. We like to kind of get you in the giggles instead of in like the tears of
we have fun
personal
here.
development.
Yes. I mean, look, there is space for that, but we also
Absolutely.
like to have fun here as well.
Yeah.
Any comments for you? What, oh yes, very fun. And yeah, I'm excited. I always laugh with you girls. Oh, yay. Laughing is my favorite thing to do. Like out of everything in this
Yes.
whole world. Like I'm pretty sure that's why I came to Earth. Like, what do you want to do, Lianka? What's your purpose? I was like, laugh. And it's honestly truth. Any comments or anything that I can help facilitate for you while we have about 15 minutes? Any questions? What's coming up for you? You can write it on the chat. I can zero in and we can do a little bit of back and forth there, and I can do a little facilitation while we wait, or we can just continue to have fun and chill because I have a cookie that I'd love to eat. Jenna did tell you about, oh, here's one thing I'd love to share. So I got this really funny comment that was someone wrote into the email, and it was basically, I hate your name. And I was like, well, that's how I heard it in my head, right? And it was like, I hate the name of the show. And I'm imagining it was the How Hustle, right? And she said, I think the words was, I feel like I am being, my money's getting taken by the French. And I thought that was so funny. And I went on to explain how we view How Hustle. And first of all, my premise is if you feel charged by something, like if I was to say the FUCK word, right? And if I was to say it out loud right now, if something bothered you about that particular word, or if something has a charge on it, it might be something that you could explore and why you feel some type of way about it. And you might be able to kind of utilize that feeling in order to transmute something that may have happened in your past. Maybe somebody used that word inappropriately, things like that. So for this particular individual, they were being charged with the words how and the words hustle. And I wanted to explain that. And I went on I was saying that, I don't know if you read it, but it was like some lady said that she felt like she was being, I guess, hustled by the French, or somebody was going to take her money, right, by the French. And what I explained to all the different speakers that come onto the show and stuff like that is we really wanted to take two ideologies and two terms, two codes, if you will, and really redefine what they would mean in today's terms. And today's how, today the way they use the word hout is usually with like fashion or what's hot, haute couture in that way. And I wanted to take this, and Jenna, we wanted to see this as more of today's hout, right? So today's hout and today's hustle. So today's hout is all about no longer is what's hot and fresh and cool and trending just about luxury for luxury's sake. Today's hout is all about products, services, ideas, speakers, thoughts that are really beneficial for our bodies, the earth, new earth, for facilitating sustainability, that are healthier, things that'll make me, you, the community better. So that's what's hot, right? You may spend a little bit.
Also the energy and the frequency of like really strutting your stuff,
Right,
being all of
right.
you.
And then feeling good while doing it, because you're
You're being being on purpose.
Right. And you're filling yourself with good ideas, with things that benefit others. You're not just about yourself, you're about the community. You can know that you trust the products and that you're putting into your body, on your skin, that kind of thing. And yeah, you may pay a little bit of a premium for it, but it is for the betterment of all, right? And so that was kind of the idea there. And then the other idea around hustle was really more of not work your fingers to the bone like Dolly Parton's 9 to 5, like, hustle. Today's hustle is all about a dance. It has its own inertia. It's a movement. It's through collaboration because it is for the betterment of all and for New Earth and for each other. So really, we wanted to take again these concepts and really bring them into the New Earth, in today's times, and to view things that may have gotten a charge in the way that people are using them, and really bring them in, morphing into the energies of where we want to be. And so that's what, with a higher timeline, honestly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that was funny.
This is a good one to speak to as well, the yawning.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Because it took me a while to know what that actually was.
I yawn all the time, y'all. It's so embarrassing, especially like live on a show. It's like there'd be a speaker and I'm like,
it's a contribution. But yes.
But now that I know, right? Now that people know, but
now
go
that
ahead.
People know what it really is.
I had my friends were like,
releasing the unconsciousness of and some of the points of view that you have around some of the things that we're talking about. It's just simply that.
See?
Man, that really had a point of view about yawning. And did you see how she said, it's embarrassing, I have to apologize for it?
I know, I used to feel that. I do feel like that sometimes, because if you don't know, if you're watching me just yawn in front of a speaker, they're like, God, she doesn't take anybody seriously. She's just typing on her computer the whole time.
That is kind of the old school way. And now I think I know what it means. And I think it's a contribution to the whole group. I'm like, yes, you're getting out this energy for all of us. Thank you very much.
Yes. And if you see me doing anything on the computer, it's because I'm running the live chat. So I read the live chat, and I also do that for YouTube as well. So behind the scenes, I'm being a little producer over here, if you will.
Yeah, we've got Quentin on next. And
I'm excited about Quentin. Yes.
This is going to be quite a different conversation from what we've had before. But, when somebody comes highly, highly recommended by an already authority and speaker within this industry, you often pay attention.
Yeah.
And Quentin has not just done a phenomenal job of communicating a very strange way of healing, but he has also helped a lot of people. And it was just an honor that Fallon Jordan was the one that recommended that he join the group for a deeper conversation about health. He works in, I think it's pronounced ideology.
Okay, ideology.
Irology.
Oh, yes.
He just joined the line.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him say it.
It's ideology. And I've done a class on it even years and years and years ago, just one little intro thing. And they look at your eyes and they can tell you what's going on. It's quite an interesting science.
Is it to eradicate, maybe? I could be making up stuff. She's the nutritionist. I'm like
No.
I did computer information science and business. That was like way far from nutrition. So there you go. And I learned everything from Jenith all the time. So if you see me doing something that doesn't look so healthy, and I have a cookie there that she probably wouldn't approve of, but because it's got like
some sort of artificial sugar in it. Oh my gosh. And the weird thing is she doesn't even know what artificial sugar is in it. That drives me crazy. I'm like,
sorry.
And then she complains that she has stomach things.
See, you're right. There's
called out.
I am. You and Quentin are probably going to have a good time on this one. But I don't know what I don't know. And now that I'm learning, then it takes a different mind shift. And I think maybe as you're listening to us, everyone here with this next speaker, what are those shifts that you might have to be asking yourself of where can I make that shift? Am I even willing to? And
Right.
so that's so thank you for saying baby steps to go healthy.
I think
Yes, it is.
so. I mean, you got rid of all your plastic cups.
We did. We did. And well, part of it was because I just didn't even have any knowledge of it. And then I started reading about all the plastics that are in the oceans and how there's no place on earth where you can't go and how
Oh,
do, yeah.
but that's one reason. But it also
Yes.
messes with your hormones.
See, I didn't know that either. I just got rid of them because Jenna said to.
That stuff just lays around in the back of my world.
It really does. And that's why we're so happy that you do the morning brew with Woo and talking about some of the alternatives. I mean, she says she has a UTI and or whatever. And I'm like, here's an antibiotic, right? Like that I have in my purse, y'all.
Just like, take this. And I'm like, no, it's not that bad yet. I'm gonna do this natural Demanos way.
I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, but she will show me like different ways and alternate medicine that is available and supplements that is available. In my mind, I always kind of be like, I don't know if that works. Yet I do this work here with y'all and want to be the healthiest that I can be.
It's a frequency.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, everything's a frequency.
So just know that if you are far from taking in some of these ideas, I'm right here with you, and I'm on this journey with you too. So and I do ask my guides to help me, and I ask them to bring in more. And let's just take a breath right now, like, and ask our guides and our spirit guides to and our higher selves to just allow in and open our minds to whatever it is that is called to be seated, that helps to change and that helps to change the ideas that we may have so solidified in our minds about how we view any of the concepts that we're receiving today and how we view even the nutrition and food that we put in our bodies and how we even interact with others here in this world and on this line. So just dropping into our heart space and again, just being open, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it interesting that, I mean, I have a clear point of view that I want to do this naturally. And Lianka has a clear point of view that Western medicine works like that. And yet, we can come together and see each other's point of views.
Yes.
And we can also see them here and go, okay, well, what else? And what needs to be required? What am I called to hear next? What am I called to choose next?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, as a choice.
That's actually beautiful that you really pointed that out so that we can point it out for all of y'all.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole reason for the show, right?
Yeah.
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 Awesome. Well, we got 3 minutes. Take a breath and settle in. Get your water. I'm going to get mine.
And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording so we can go wild.